This happened to a 12-year-old girl named Lily. It was the middle of winter, and her family was renovating their house. For a few weeks, she had to sleep in the spare bedroom. This room had a big, uncovered window facing the backyard. No curtains, no blinds, just a clear view into the cold, empty darkness outside. On the very first night, she woke up suddenly. You know that feeling, when you're sure someone just whispered your name? The house was completely silent, but something felt deeply wrong. She sat up in bed and looked toward the window. That's when she saw him. The outline of a man standing in the backyard. He didn't move, he didn't make a sound. He just stared up at her window, perfectly still, like he'd been watching her long before she woke up. Her parents came and searched the yard, but the man was gone. They told her it was probably just a dream. But Lily knew. She knew she had been awake. The second night was worse. She woke to a soft tapping on the glass. It was slow and deliberate, like someone was brushing their nails against the window pane. When she slowly turned her head, the man was there again, but this time he was pressed right up against the glass. His face was pale, stretched too tight across the bone, and his breath fogged the window in small, rhythmic bursts. His hand was hovering near the window latch, testing it. Almost gently, Lily sprinted out of the room, shaking uncontrollably. Her parents searched again. The police even came this time. But there were no footprints in the snow. No sign of forced entry. They told her it must be her imagination running wild. But on the third night, she didn't sleep at all. She sat bolt upright in bed, her eyes locked on the window, just praying nothing would appear. Hours passed. The house was dead silent. Then Lily felt something. A presence. Close, way too close. She forced herself to turn her head. The man wasn't at the window anymore. He was inside the room. He was standing right beside her bed, leaning slightly over her, his wide, dark eyes locked on her face as if he'd been waiting for her to notice him. His expression wasn't angry or chaotic. It was something much, much worse. It was excited. Lily screamed, and her parents came running, throwing on the lights, but he was gone. The window was still shut and locked from the inside. There was absolutely nowhere for him to go. After that night, she refused to sleep in the spare room. Her parents finally boarded up the window and moved her back to her old bedroom, even though it wasn't finished yet. Weeks later, when the renovations were almost done, her dad started working on that spare room again. He removed the boards and pulled out the old window frame to replace it. And that's when he found it. Wedged deep inside the narrow space between the wall and the frame was a thin metal wire, bent into a small hook, the kind used to unlock simple window latches from the outside. Nobody could explain how it got there. Nobody could explain how a man stood inches from her, night after night, without leaving a single footprint in the fresh snow. But Lily remembers one thing with perfect clarity. The way he breathed on the glass, the fog of his breath lingering on the pane long after he stepped back into the dark. Even now, years later, she sometimes wakes up in the middle of the night, absolutely certain that someone is standing just outside her window, not tapping, not moving, just waiting for her to fall asleep again, so he can try the latch. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.